If your soil looks tired, lifeless and slow no matter how much mulch you add, this is for you. In the next few minutes you're going to learn how to wake up soil biology fast using two materials almost everyone overlooks. No compost piles, no waiting months, just sugar, sawdust, water, and an understanding of how microbes actually work beneath your feet. Welcome back to Soilsage Chronicles. Let's get straight into the good stuff. Plants don't really feed themselves. Soil life feeds them. Bacteria and fungi are the engines that unlock nutrients, build soil structure, and protect roots from disease. When soil is biologically active, plants grow stronger with less effort from you. When it's dead, no amount of fertilizer fixes the problem for long. You know, the mistake most gardeners make is trying to add nutrients before adding life, but sugar and sawdust, well, they really flip that script. This method doesn't feed plants directly, instead, it feeds the soil workforce that does the real job. Sugar is not plant food in this context, it's actually microbial fuel. Simple sugars are an immediate energy source for soil bacteria. When you add sugar to moist soil, those bacteria multiply rapidly. That population boom kickstarts nutrient cycling, wakes dormant organisms, and, sets off a chain reaction that improves soil aggregation. But here's the key, sugar alone creates a bacterial spike that burns out quickly. That's where sawdust changes everything. Sawdust is carbon-dense and slow to break down. It feeds fungi far more than bacteria. Fungi are the long-term architects of soil. They build networks that transport nutrients, stabilize soil crumbs, and store carbon where it belongs. When you combine sugar and sawdust, you create balance. Sugar provides the ignition, while sawdust provides the slow-burning fuel. Together, they push soil toward a thriving, self-sustaining ecosystem instead of a short-lived microbial sugar rush. This method works because it respects the soil food web. Bacteria bloom first, feeding protozoa and nematodes. Their waste releases plant-available nutrients. Fungi colonize the sawdust, forming hyphal networks that bind soil particles and improve water retention. Predators move in. Diversity increases, roots respond almost immediately. You're not forcing nutrients into the soil, you're turning the lights back on. So, when it comes to sawdust, always use untreated, natural wood sawdust only. Never use painted wood, pressure-treated lumber, or, any mystery scraps. Fine sawdust tends to work faster than coarse chips, but honestly, both can do the job if moisture is managed well. Hardwood sawdust, well, it breaks down more slowly. Softwood, on the other hand, breaks down a bit faster. Either type is fine for soil biology, as long as it's clean. Plain white sugar works perfectly for this process. Brown sugar works too. Molasses also works, but it isn't required. The microbes don't care about flavor. What really matters to them is carbon they can access quickly. This method is all about simplicity. Sugar is predictable, cheap, and honestly, really effective. This matters, so pay attention. Use 1 tablespoon of plain sugar per 1 gallon of water. Stir until it's fully dissolved. This dilution is strong enough to stimulate microbes without overwhelming the soil. For the sawdust, just apply a thin layer directly to the soil surface. About ½ an inch is ideal. Remember, you're feeding fungi, not burying the ground. First, you'll want to water the soil lightly, just so it's evenly moist. Then, go ahead and apply the sugar water evenly over the area. After that, simply spread the sawdust on top, and if the soil is dry, you might want to water lightly again to help settle everything in. And that's it. No compost, no additives, no special equipment needed. Within 24 hours, bacterial activity surges. You won't see it, but roots definitely feel it. Nutrient availability increases, and the soil smell actually improves. That earthy scent, it's biological activity returning. Within a week, fungal colonization begins in the sawdust layer. You might notice white threads appearing just beneath the surface. That's a good sign, really. That's structure forming. Within a few weeks, soil texture improves noticeably. It starts to hold water better, and at the same time, it drains better too. Plants respond with deeper green growth and stronger root systems. Too much sugar is honestly the fastest way to cause imbalance. More is not better here, so stick to the measurement. Letting soil dry out stops microbes cold. Moisture is non-negotiable, not wet, just consistently damp. Mixing sawdust into the soil too aggressively can temporarily tie up nitrogen near the surface. Keep it mostly on top and let biology do the mixing. Using treated wood will poison the system. If you're not sure where the sawdust came from, don't use it. So, this method really shines in poor soil compacted beds, raised beds with tired mixes and brand new garden areas that just haven't developed biology yet. It's especially powerful before planting, or early in the growing season when roots are just starting to expand. It's also excellent to use after heavy rains, or, after any chemical use that might have disrupted those important microbial populations. This is not a fertilizer replacement. Instead, it's a soil life activator. Once biology is thriving, the nutrients already in the soil become a lot more available. That's the magic, right there. So, it's also not a one-time fix forever. Think of it, more like a jumpstart. You want to use it a few times a season, not every single week. Compost is fantastic, but honestly, it's not the only path to living soil. Compost introduces organisms, sure, but sugar and sawdust, well, they actually amplify the ones already there. Every soil has dormant life just waiting for the right conditions. You're not importing biology here, you're waking it up. Repeated use builds resilience, fungal networks expand, organic matter increases naturally, soil becomes darker, looser, and more forgiving. Plants rely less on inputs and more on relationships underground. This is regenerative gardening without complexity. Healthy soil doesn't need constant feeding, it needs the right signals. Sugar and sawdust send a clear one. Wake up, get to work. If this changed how you think about soil, share it with a fellow gardener who's still fighting dirt instead of growing life. Subscribe to Soilsage Chronicles for more deep, practical soil wisdom, and keep building soil that works with you, not against you.